Hey guys, what's up? It's Connor here, and welcome back to another video. Sorry I didn't do the recap on the North American regional. As most of you heard, G2 won that. So I just kind of got caught up in homework and kind of got bored. So I didn't end up recording the video. Anyways, so today we are going to be looking at the upcoming European regional, and we have some interesting roster changes. I mean everything that's going on with the former Team Queso roster, as they had some coach issues. They had some coaching issues and organization issues and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll go over what teams have qualified for the upcoming European regional, and what happened in those qualifiers, and what might happen. Anyways, so first things first, I'll just go over to the Wikipedia page and we can view this. So, got RLCS 2021-22 Spring Europe Regional Event 1, Dacia Spring Cup. So they have a name for it now. Don't know if they have a specific sponsor, but I know they have a bunch of different sponsors. So, anyways, so we have a format, which is the same as everybody else. And then we have our rosters. So we have some interesting interesting roster changes and qualifications to go over. So first we have the top 8 in Europe. We have BDS, Dignitas, Endpoint, Semper, Moist Esports, Evil Geniuses, Vitality, Carmine Corp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Carmine Corp. So it ends at Carmine Corp. And then the rest of these teams, Luminosity, SK, Wild, Wolves Esports, Misfits Gaming, Team Liquid. Ooh, Team Liquid has a roster now. Interesting. And BS Plus Competition, who has showed up in RLCS, in European RLCS before, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. Fuck, banged my arm. Anyways, so we have some interesting revelations to go over. So first things first, as you know, Team Queso released the roster prior to the commencement of this event. Moist Esports acquires the roster following the release. So they have been just going over. So here's Moist Esports. Moist Esports has been looking to get into RLCS for a while. I've seen multiple tweets, of it. Moist Esports Twitter. Take a look at that Twitter page real quick. There'll probably be some tweets as they recently picked up the former wettest org in the world. Oh, here it is. Oh, and they actually have a little video.
Humans have always asked, where do we come from? But the question we should be asking is, where will we go? Will we colonize Mars? Will we explore beyond our solar system? Moist Esports has a bigger dream. Winning a Rocket League World Championship.
Side of flip reset on the side of the run, clips it, beautifully, up and down, oh, that touch, Joyo!
One heck of an equalizer as this is dropped in by Rise.
Denying the big clear from AJ, here comes Fatira, he'll put it through!
He has boost, Joyo on the slow, right to the top, right on the
This was sweet! High altitude, bar down.
Look at this team slate from everybody on Team Queso, the demo, the pass from Latira.
Awesome. That was definitely a cool montage. Welcome to the team. Joyo, Rise, Vatira, and Noah. This is going to be one heck of a roster. So, now what you're probably asking is what exactly happened with Team Queso. So I believe what happened to Team Queso, if they're still on this wiki. Team Queso. You go to Team Queso. I believe they had some coaching issues as they Team Queso was looking for a possible re-signing as they were coming up on the end of the Yes, so I believe what happened was they were having a coaching issue as they because Team Queso was coming up on the end of their contract. Team Queso was coming up, like the team was coming up on the end of the contract, and the players wanted to re-sign with them, but the coach wasn't happy with the amount of money he was making, and he decided to leave the team. And then the team decided that they didn't want to play without the coach, so they all left the org. And then I guess this literally just happened today. As of May 5th, Moist Esports enters Rocket League by acquiring the former Team Queso roster. I know for a fact Moist Esports has been looking to get in RLCS for a while, as Rizzo was a content creator on them, so I know he's talked about it a bit. But oh boy, did I ever not expect this to happen, because what do you call it? Moist Esports a while ago was looking for they were looking to pick up the Rock Gaming roster, but because of the location difference, they weren't able to provide everything that they were looking for. So they never ended up signing them. Anyways, it appears they are also on Brawlhalla and Smash. So, or Moist Esports have teams in those. So that will certainly be an interesting revelation to see how the team does. Anyways, so now we have a whole bracket to look at. So I have decided not to do predictions like I did last time. I have decided not to do those the Inkscape predictions like I did last time, because it didn't work very well. I might find another. Hopefully I can find some other alternative that I could do. Maybe if I could view the source, but I probably yeah, no, that's not gonna work. I'll find something else I can do. Anyways, so I guess I'll just go over who I think might win. And rosters that I think will definitely do the best. So another, I guess, small roster change is that for Vitality, Fairy Peak has been put on the bench and Radisson has been brought up as their third. So it'll certainly be interesting to see if Vitality, picks it up, because they have not looked the same, that's for sure. But I mean, it seems to be the curse of the World Championship. Like, there has been, Turbo Pulsar has won 4 World Championships, but they've all been with different teams. There's been, as far as I'm concerned, there has been no team in RLCS history that has won it twice in a row. I mean, you can't really count Season 9 and Season X, or I guess Season 10, because, they never really happened because of COVID. I mean, they had individual regions, but we never had international competition. So it seems to be the curse of the World Championship, because if you look at NRG, they have not done well. They did okay in the winter split, but they didn't do very well at the major. Now they did, in my opinion, pretty terrible at the first spring regional. But I mean, it's not like I'm better than them, but I mean, they know what they did. They just I think they gotta find that spark again. But I mean, Vitality after season 7, they got beat by NRG, and then we went into COVID. All right, they won season 7, they beat NRG, and then and then next year or next season, season 8, NRG and Vitality ended up meeting up again, and NRG took it this time. And then since that point, Vitality has pretty much never been the same. I mean, yeah, they've won regional events and stuff, but nothing big. I guess not nothing big, but nothing like world size. And I mean, And then there's other teams. Cloud9, look at them. They won in season 6, did terrible in 7 and 8, and then disbanded after that. Gale Force, I'm pretty sure they did pretty good seasons 2, 3, and 4. They won in 4, 5, 6, did terrible and disbanded. Or something along the lines of that. It's always very similar. It's always very similar stories. So I'm curious to see. It says for like world contention and stuff, but I'm curious to see who takes this regional because I mean right now in any RLCS competition right now it could be anyone, like anyone could take it. I mean Endpoint, look at them. I thought they did pretty well at the I thought they did pretty well in Sweden at the fall major, but they haven't done well after that. They just fell off. They fell off and haven't done well since. So I'm thinking, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I'm curious. I'd like to see Moist Esports. I like to see Moist Esports with their, I guess, new roster. I like to see them do well. That's for sure. Maybe make it to the upper semis, or maybe even in the grand finals if they can. Dignitas, they also haven't done well. They won. What was it? Season 5, and they've stuck with the roster for the whole time. But they have not made world championships since season 6, and then they got beat by Cloud9, and that loss was big enough that they decided that they didn't disband the team, but they made some pretty major roster changes. So I mean, after that point, season 7, season 8, they made it to the world championships but lost. Season 9, Season 10 don't really count. They did well, but they always lost to some other team, BDS or Vitality a lot of the times. Top Blokes back then, before they got picked up by Semper, I remember watching them play. They've made a couple of roster changes since then. But yeah, so I think it's going to be the new teams with the new, It's going to be the new teams with the new play styles and stuff, because that's the other thing. I was talking to Owen the other day. He was saying that how back in like season 1 how oh yeah, I have dark mode. Just realized that. That's better. How back in season 1 they had like set positions. It was the actual soccer. They had like first man, second man, third man. First man would like stay in there after the challenges. Second man would stay at mid, and the third man will literally be sitting in the net waiting for a shot. But then what players and teams realized is that that play style does not work very well, and those that changed their play styles were the ones that won. Because that is the exact reason why iBuyPower won. I mean, it wasn't just that, but it was also a pretty good show of mechanics for the first season of RLCS. I mean, it wasn't anything too crazy. I mean, they were still learning how to air dribble and stuff, and I don't even think they had air roll added to the game yet. Yeah, that's definitely interesting to see how like play styles have evolved. And then you look at Wade Pelican. He made a documentary on I don't know. He didn't make a he made a documentary on version. Oh, I wouldn't call it a documentary. He made like a video on version 1's playstyle and how they've spent like 50% of the game in their half. Like in their half of the field on defense. And they scored off pure counterattacks. And look at how well it worked for them. They won, I think they won like 2 regionals in the won 2 regionals in the winter. Or maybe not 2. I think they won 1 and then came like 2nd and 3rd in the other ones. But my point is they did amazing with that new play style. I mean, they cruised through group stage at the winter major. Managed to beat out Team Queso the first time before they came back to bite him in their lower bracket one. Yeah, so anyways, there's a lot of, now that I think about it, it's only been on for 5 years, but there's still a lot of history behind this and how these teams have evolved for new play styles and stuff. And this is the sort of, before I just sort of felt like, I couldn't think of what to say anymore, but I'm sort of, I couldn't, like, on YouTube, I couldn't think of what to say anymore, but I sort of just gotten used to it, I guess, and now I know. So, anyways, I really have no idea. I feel like Dignitas is going to beat them, but who knows? They could come back. I haven't seen close qualifiers. I always tend to miss them, so I'm just curious who is all in these close qualifiers, because any team with momentum nowadays can do stuff. Ooh, that's interesting. Cookster's minions disband prior to the commencement of the event. Pokemaniacs form and then later renamed to the Bricks. Oh no, it appears they never qualified anyways. Yeah, lost to BS Plus. Lost to Wild, lost to Heroic, and then lost to Liquid. Or beat Heroic and then lost to Liquid. There's an Guild. Oh snap! Who do they have now? I remember them. What happened to Guild? Devo, Sierra, and Dorito. Oh, that's interesting. What happened to the other guy they had? Wasn't Dorito on BDS at one point? Yeah, before they formed. Anyways, oh, Navi. On Venturi. Yeah, we've seen them before. We've seen Guild. Definitely seen Zero Nation. They've done decent at regionals. Misfits Gaming, they swept. Who do they sweep? They swept Dignitas at the spring. Was it them or Evil Geniuses? No, I think Evil Geniuses swept them at the winter major. Yeah, so interesting results, that's for sure. So Wolves Esports and Wild, couple newcomers, have to see how they do. But I mean, they look promising in the thing. Yeah, and a lot of the newcomers in this tend to do pretty well. I mean, they do the best against, I guess, more not civilized teams, but I guess more what's the word? More, I guess, not standard teams, but like more integrated into RLCS. Like they know what's on the line. They know they've been here before. It's like another day in the office for them, basically. I mean, for all these guys, I guess, but mostly the teams that have been here for a while, like Vitality, Dignitas, Semper, Moist Esports, Team Liquid, showing also a bit of a newcomer. I mean, we heard some rumors about them coming in Rocket League in in the fall major, but they went through closed qualifiers and never qualified, so it didn't really matter. It didn't really matter but the big thing then was they had a player who was not age of majority by the time they I think it was the first fall regional. So what they would have had to do is they would have had to waited to the second one, therefore forfeiting all their points on the leaderboard. You can see, where even are they? But I don't think they had to do that. Oh, Liquid P is not even on this. They haven't played yet. Yeah, but then I guess it goes on to the talk on Worlds. I mean, BDS, are they going to show up at some point? Because you won the fall major, did terribly. Well, not terribly. You did okay at the winter major, but at some point, someone's going to take you over. Like, if you keep losing these regionals, 300 more points, and they're like BDS and Dignitas are basically tied. 301. Yeah, basically 300 more points. Dignitas and BDS are tied. So, and if Moist Esports takes this upcoming regional, then they'll be ahead of Dignitas by like 100 and something points, and then they do well at the next. They get second. They'll be like top. They'll basically be tied with BDS if BDS doesn't show up and consistently win regionals and stuff. Because by the looks of it, the only regional they've won this season was, I guess, the Fall Major and Winter Regional number 2. So definitely completely different from RLCSX, but they literally creamed everyone. But I guess that was like I said, individual regions, not so much like world championship, that sort of stuff, because a lot of the younger teams tend to crumble under the pressure. Or if they don't crumble, they do okay. But I mean, if you look at like Space Station, they're a pretty young team. They joined 2018, I think. So it was like, I think they joined like maybe end of season 7. They picked up a roster in the season 7, season 8 off season. So they haven't been here for too long. They're definitely gonna have to grind for it, though. They've been here for a while. Yeah, so I think that about tops off this regional. I kind of need to get this edited and uploaded on time this time. So I'm gonna go do that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to, feel free to like, subscribe if you want to. I do actually have I've actually created another YouTube channel for my model rocket. From my model rocket stuff, so if you guys are interested in space and stuff like that, I'll probably be, I literally just got a package in the middle of this video, so I'll probably be unboxing that. Maybe I'll film that and upload that later tonight once I'm done my homework. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe. Kind of helps me out. I like when people watch my content. So anyways, that's about it. I won't be able to stream the regional this weekend. I think I have soccer at some point, or I don't know. I'll have to check my schedule. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, or not make sure, but yeah. See ya. Bye.